Hey, thanks for joining us today. This is part 2 of a series of videos that show you how to build a YouTube channel. If you haven't seen part 1, do not worry. This video is still very useful. Feel free to watch part 1 afterwards. If you guys are lost, don't hesitate to comment. We are always here to help you out. We'll be covering all topics related to how to build a YouTube channel, how to be a better vlogger, topics regarding how YouTube promotes videos, what tools you need to create videos, and video theory regarding how videos should be structured. If you guys are interested, that's coming up next. Stay tuned. Before you decide what tools you need for vlogging, you need to decide the type of vlogger you'll be. You probably think, well, doesn't everybody need the same tools? Yes, you do need a baseline level of tools, like every vlogger almost needs a camera, but not every vlogger needs a tripod. Some YouTubers call themselves vloggers, but they just draw and they make animations. So these vloggers are basically animators that draw pictures. They literally don't even need a camera.
Made us aware of unsettling possibilities. In the future, it might become possible to simulate entire universes. But if this is an option, how can we know that it's not already happened? What if we are not creators, but creations?
You need to decide the type of vlogger you'll be. When I first started my YouTube channel, it was a fitness channel, and I recorded everything with my phone. The phone's a great tool that's very underutilized at the start. It can do everything, but fairly poorly. Although some things like video editing, it does extremely poorly. More about that later. After about 1 year of failed attempts and 35 videos, and I got about 20K views, I switched to doing technology related videos. One of my accidental uploads to my incorrect YouTube fitness channel, disclosing a laptop issue for a sale of a laptop on eBay, reached a lot of views, and after that I decided to experiment some more with tech videos. And to this day, I still continue to experiment. And I reached about 7 million viewers with my tech content. So remember, always experiment and try new things. Absolutely do not get in the trap of spending too much money on equipment. This happened to me, and it can seriously hurt your finances. Only upgrade the tools once you have worked with basic tools like a camera phone or a cheap tripod. If you see some success, slowly start to invest in more high quality equipment. It's key. You move with restraint based on previous successes. I mean to say, if you upload some videos and they do well, reward yourself with some tech upgrades. But remember, your content is king. More about this in future episodes. You absolutely need a computer for video editing. Take this purchase seriously. If you can get yourself a desktop, do it. The second best thing is a laptop. And if you can't afford those, you'll have to use a phone for everything. The issue with the phone is that it doesn't get enough power to get a lot of work done. It operates almost 10 times slower than a desktop. Unless you get a Samsung Note or an iPhone, then it's still 5 times slower than a cheap $200 desktop. The desktop is the best because of how flexible and powerful its platform is. You can upgrade the machine, you can give it more power, or you can modify it and repair it if it has an issue. It saves you so much money in the long run. People really do build their own computers. If they want the best value, take this for example. A video I made entitled How to Build a PC for Beginners, replying to all comments, SERGE, taught about 100K people how to make their own machines. People take this kind of stuff very seriously. A laptop is a good alternative if you don't like to tinker or don't like desktops. A laptop can still be a good value if you do everything on a phone. It will be a nightmare for most people. Avoid this if possible. Doing everything on a phone is a good way to start, but it's not a good way to continue on once you get more serious. If you decide you can film everything with a phone, in just a phone, this will save you some time in the beginning. Since most beginners don't need anything beyond a phone, a camera and its vlogging capabilities are good because it's light. And after about 3 to 12 months, you will notice your phone's camera quality isn't very good. People will start commenting and they'll start telling you, you need to upgrade your equipment. And that's exactly what happened to me. This is exactly why people get a DSLR. It's basically a dedicated camera for recording. Its picture and sound quality will be 20 times better. And this is not a joke because its lens is large and it can take in a lot more light. This is another one of those scenarios where a dedicated tool really does do a great job. The next item to consider is lighting. A good camera can prevent you from buying a lot of additional lighting equipment, but most people will have to buy a tripod-based lighting. Because I've gotten to vlogging, I have seen and used almost every type of tool, and now I use a fair amount of expensive tools since I have revenues that can pay for that. If you get a dedicated camera for 200 or 400 USD, spend about half of that on a decent tripod, or else the tripod could collapse in on itself and destroy your camera. Obviously a bad thing. Well, once you have used some of the tools to record a video with a camera, you'll need to actually process all the imagery. This requires you to watch the video made and analyze which parts need to be removed, adjusted, refilmed. Sometimes a shot looks terrible or the lighting is too low, or maybe you just need to cut and trim certain parts of the images. That's where good video editing software comes in. I actually wasted a lot of time tinkering, trying to figure out how to use the software, when myself, just as a beginner at the time, I really didn't need these expensive softwares. Stay away from those. I do have one that I want to show you real quick. Take a look at UniConverter. So without wasting any more time, let's dive right in. First off, I'm an Instagram vlogger, and I use my action camera to shoot the footages of my adventure trips and actions. Now, as you know, you can't just post clips right after they've been recorded, and it definitely needs some cleaning and fine-tuning, basic manipulation and whatnot before going public. So, to make these videos publishable, I used to edit them with some random average mobile apps, and I installed them on my Android phone. And now here comes the real pain in the neck. My phone only supports MP4 format, whereas my action camera records videos in MOV. Can you see where the gap is? So first I had to convert the MOV clips to MP4, and then couldn't make any easy edits of them. Too much work, isn't it? But then one day I came to know about a program called Wondershare UniConverter. I don't remember where did I hear about it from. Probably it was one of my friends who was already using the app. That doesn't matter now. What my point here is, once I knew the name, I rushed back to my computer, downloaded and installed the program, and voila. So as they say, that's it, right from the horse's mouth. Here's my first experience with UniConverter. I will go step by step along with telling my tale. First time I installed UniConverter, by the way, the latest version is UniConverter 12. It looked like a random app. However, my opinion changed within another couple of minutes. Here's why. After I launched UniConverter, I noticed that the video converter category was selected by default. After exploring a bit, when I clicked this drop-down button next to this Add Files icon, I saw the Add from the Device option. Now that was something new. I clicked on the option and instantaneously another window popped up suggesting me to connect a device. So I grabbed my camera and connected it to my PC with a USB cable. After a couple trusted prompts, opened up another window and listed all my recordings that I recorded with my action camera. Now that was easy for me. No fuss, no complications, simple, right before my eyes. Then I selected the videos I wanted to publish. I selected them by checking these checkboxes and then clicked Add to Convert List right here from the bottom. This imported my recordings to the program video converter list. The next thing I wanted to do was make some basic adjustments like trimming, adding some filters and effects. So rather than converting the videos to MP4 and transforming them back to my Android phone, UniConverter allowed me to do everything from within its interface. Can you see these three icons right underneath the thumbnail of the added clips? When I clicked on the scissors icon, that is called Trim, it took me to a different window that had trimming handles, and the video itself, I placed this skimmer, or playhead as some of you may know it by its name, on the timeline where I wanted to trim the video from. And using these basic cuts and delete, I removed the unwanted sections of the recordings. As you can see, by positioning the skimmer correctly, I can not only trim and start and end portions of the clips, but I can also remove unwanted sections from anywhere between the video too. This is amazing. And if at any point you think something went wrong, you can click this reset button to get everything back to how it was before and start all over again. Once you are done editing, you can check the merge into the one file checkbox. Click OK to save everything and get back to the main window. This checkbox is really handy tool, especially when you remove any part of the middle of the video. Now, if at any point, even after saving things, you feel like starting afresh, you can come back to the window and drag the handles to the left or the right, depending on where you trimmed the video from. To get back to full length of the clip, it's as simple as that. Back to my first experience. So my basic editing was done, and now it was time to add some effects. So I clicked on the equalizer icon called Effect. From under the thumbnail, this opened up the effects box. Can you see all these tabs and options here? You can use any of them to adjust the colors, add watermark or subtitles, or adjust the volume of the video. To save the changes, simply click OK and you'll be sent back to the main window. After this, all I wanted to do was to share the video on Instagram. For that, I usually use to set some parameters to get the correct format resolution, aspect ratio, and frame rate so Instagram doesn't reject my video. Since the app was new to me, I started looking for available formats and their specification options. I was really overjoyed to see the preset named Instagram under the video section. Here's how I reached there. I clicked the output format drop-down list, click the video here at the top, scroll to the left list down, and here you go. I clicked Instagram from here. The other decisions I had to make was about the resolution. Since the model of my camera isn't really decent, it captures the clips in full HD. So I clicked HD 1080p from this right window. Oh, by the way, do you see this small edit icon here at the right end? You can click this and customize the preset. If you want to, the new configurations will be saved as your custom preset. Getting back to the point, I selected HD 1080p, and when I was back on the previous window, I noticed the corner that said high speed conversion. And when I tried to enable it, it came up with another window telling all about those supported formats and technical stuff, which honestly, I was not too much interested in. So I went ahead and clicked turn on. Then here from the bottom, I selected desktop in the file location field. To be honest, I generally don't save anything on my desktop, but since I was in a bit of a hurry and couldn't control my impulse, desktop was the most convenient location I could select. At the time, I was just checking just how the app worked. After this, I simply clicked convert, and to my utter surprise, the conversion process didn't take more than 2 minutes. At first, I thought the quality would definitely be compromised, so I was a bit disappointed in the beginning. I was in that kind of state of mind. I then minimized UniConverter and played the produced video from my computer's desktop. I was mesmerized. There was absolutely no picture quality loss. This is something that you normally see when you're converting files. The qualities of the file does get decreased over time, which really sucks. But in this application, I did not have that problem. I was impressed to see that everything was fine and amazingly working without any type of problems or anything at all. Still, I decided to double check. So I right-clicked on the file, clicked Properties, went to the Details tab, checked the information, and under the video and audio sections, everything was just so perfect. The app was too good to be true, but the reality was, right before my eyes, UniConverter was both true and good. I immediately signed into my Instagram account and tried to upload the video. Everything went smoothly and without any errors. Just plain awesome. So guys, there you have it. This was my first experience with UniConverter. I'm really thankful to the entire Wondershare team for producing such a wonderful program for us. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you found it both useful and informative. If you haven't tried UniConverter yet, I would highly suggest that you do so, and feel free to ask your questions in the comments section below and clear any doubts if you have any. So it's time to sign off for now, and I'll see you soon. Till then, take care and stay safe, and happy UniConverting. Adios.